Yo, what's going on, and welcome back to some Duel Links as we go through the KC Cup, hopefully to level 20, and then get some nice rewards from it. We're going to be using Lunalights again, except we made a few changes because I saw some interesting things that I wanted to give a try. First of all, we took out one of the Kiteroids and replaced it with a World Legacy Clash. I feel like World Legacy Clash is really good if we can't finish someone off with a Cat Dancer, and our Cat Dancer might get destroyed by a card effect of some sort, so we can use World Legacy Clash to save it from that. We also took out one of our Crimson Foxes. This Crimson Fox, like we've talked about before, it's not a core card to making sure we can get our combos, and generally we're probably going to pull it out of the deck with our Lunalight Fusion. So I think it's safe to play only 2 of them. 3 of them could help as well, but what we've replaced it with is Power of the Guardians. Now, Power of the Guardians is really interesting in this deck. Granted, we only have 1, but if we can get 1 with Cat Dancer, and Cat Dancer is allowed to attack a whole bunch of times in a turn, that one duel where we lost against Dark Cavalry, all of a sudden we win that duel because Cat Dancer comes out, hits the Dark Magician twice, by then has gained 1,000. Well, I guess the first one, no, it would gain 1,000 attack because it gains 500 the first attack, 500 again the second attack, and then we could start hitting the cavalry, and so we're at 1,500 up when we're hitting the cavalry. That's 3,900, which was enough to get over that cavalry. So with Power of the Guardians, we can create a Cat Dancer that is a menace in 1 turn, pretty much. Because then if a card effect is used on Cat Dancer to destroy it, we can just get rid of one of the charges on Power of the Guardians instead, which will save our Cat Dancer. And since it can't be destroyed by battle already, we don't have to use Power of the Guardians charges to save it from that. So it always gets Power of the Guardians charges when it fights, even if it would lose the fight, which is an interesting idea. But let's go ahead and get into it. Last time we ended, unfortunately, with losing that Dark Magician deck, which I think we could have pulled it off. I think we just needed to bait out the negates a little bit better. I wasn't paying attention too well to how I baited the negates. And then that last guy, we didn't really have much of a chance against that stall deck. We didn't get what we needed to actually be able to beat it, so that was unfortunate. Now what do we want to do here? I feel like this is a pass. This is an unfortunate pass. We got Fusion Recycling Plant, we got White Rabbit, got Yellow Martin, we got tools. Can we make something happen? It's gonna be tough against Magician Girls, but we do have the Power of the Guardians. Do you negate the attack? No, you don't negate the attack. But he does special summon 1 Magician Girl. So how would we want to do this? Because we need to discard something to actually use Fusion Recycling Plant. Oh, we got the plays. This is not as hard as I was making it out to be. So he's got something that he can activate on Fusion Recycling Plant, which is interesting. So it might be a Cosmic. Now what we want to do here, I'm thinking, it doesn't really matter which one we drop, because, yeah, it doesn't matter as long as we don't drop White Rabbit. We'll go ahead, grab a Polymerization. And we know it's not a Treacherous Trap Hole. So we'll go ahead and do this. And this can help us get rid of his back row, which he's gonna have to activate now if he wants to use it. Now the question is do we even bother? I guess we could put his attack to 0. So we'll go ahead, polymerization. I feel like we want to go Cat Dancer here, and we'll just create a Cat Dancer that is a menace. So he'll get his special summon, and he'll probably get to half our attack as well. But our goal is to attack so many times that the half attack is not going to matter. And I feel like the play here is put the White Rabbit back in hand. Is it? No, we don't need to use Yellow Martin's effect right now. Because we can put the White Rabbit back in hand with the Fusion Recovery device instead. Or the Fusion Recovery plant, whatever the heck it's called. Alright, so now we're going to start attacking a lot. We're going to get 4 attacks off of this turn. Probably, because I'm sure he'll summon something off of this. What's he gonna summon though is the question. Where do you summon from? You summon from the deck. And you summoned a regular Dark Magician? You realize you just lost the game because of that, right? Okay. Well, he just chose to lose the game apparently. Interesting call. He needed to summon something that could have our attack there. It's asking him if he wants to activate Kiwi, which I don't think is going to help him here, because he's just going to get smashed right now. Because now he's going to start taking real damage. He does get some health, so I guess he survives because of the Kiwi. So he'll get to live. We'll activate this so we can get it. Oh, we didn't use White Rabbit. Of course, we didn't use White Rabbit for the fusion. I don't know what I was thinking. Silly me. But we have a Cat Dancer with Crimson Fox in the graveyard to protect it from being targeted, plus Power of the Guardian stacked 4 times to prevent it from being destroyed up to 4 times. Where do you summon from? This card you can special summon from your hand, but its effects are negated. I feel like we just go in with Cat Dancer's effect. So yeah, we'll get our attack halved, but we still get to attack a whole bunch. Wall of Disruption. Alright, well. Oh, we can't actually get our attack any higher. Ooh, that's a problem. Can you do this more than once per turn? Okay. That was a really awkward duel. because we have 2 attacks on every single monster. How it worked out is I still had 1 more attack to go back to Lemon, which was enough to win. Especially with him taking 100 damage every time I attack. So there you saw, like, the power of the Guardians creates a monstrosity out of Cat Dancer. Now, unfortunately, he had, like, the perfect cards to kind of deal with it, even though he still lost. Like, he cut our attack in half. And then we could no longer gain attack because our attack became half of what it was. Which is kind of awkward. Because then we were stuck at that, so we were going to have to fusion out of it, most likely. Okay. Just please draw Crimson Fox here. Now, how do you do this correctly? Because we need to use Fusion Recycling Plant. Does he have a bacon in here? No, no bacon. So we don't even need the... We do not need the power of the Guardians. So we can go ahead and drop that. And then we'll Polymerization. Give me a Cat Dancer. I've gotten used to just always picking Crimson Fox first now, even though in this case it doesn't do anything for us. Now we'll pick the Wolf just because Wolf doesn't have any weird effects that might help him in any way here. And we'll go ahead, activate our White Rabbit, bring back Crimson Fox, then we'll tribute the Crimson Fox off and get an easy lethal. Now, if we had been able to use Power of the Guardians there, obviously that's a lot more damage. But it's already 5,000 damage. You don't always need a lot more damage. The a lot more damage is when your Cat Dancer's fighting something like a Blue Eyes. It all of a sudden makes it feasible for you to defeat a Blue Eyes with your Cat Dancer instead of your Saber Dancer. Because Cat Dancer, you attack a Blue Eyes once, your attack becomes 2,900. You don't have to use the Power of the Guardians to save yourself because you can't be destroyed in battle. Then you attack it again, all of a sudden you're 3,400, and now you're doing damage over the Blue Eyes. Now the Blue Eyes won't die because it's prevented from destruction one time because of Cat Dancer's effect per turn, but then you're stronger than a Blue Eyes. So then next turn, they either have to deal with you or you will deal with them. Oh, I hope the Shiranui player just summons like a Sun Saga and then I lethal him over Sun Saga. It looks like it's going to be a Squire Saga first though. It's also 30 card Shiranui. I don't even know what Shiranui style synthesis does. If you control no monsters in the graveyard, that seems like a tough ask for Shiranui. So I guess we just Cat Dancer him? Like, I can't imagine that he has anything to stop this. Oh, I can even use things from the deck. Or, yeah, of course. Why don't you just give me Bird? Probably shouldn't have done it like that. Just in case he somehow had something. I don't think he has anything. But like, say he did have something and he stopped us from killing him, we would want to use our Yellow Marten, or a Yellow Marten. So that should just be lethal. Easy as pie. People forgot. They forgot about Lunalights. Everyone was like, the next box came out, Lunalights kind of faded to the side. But if you put your monsters in attack position, Lunalights will still kill you in one turn. And there, if things had gone, like he had some back row or something, we just summon our White Rabbit before we tribute off Crimson Fox. Or even after, because we can just bring it back again with White Rabbit. Then we get to clear 2 back row off the field. So it's very nice. We just gotta hope that it's not a treacherous trap hole, of course. Power of Dark. What do? You increase fiends and spellcasters, but decrease fairies. Does not affect us in any way. It's Dark Magician. That's rough. Dark Magician can deal with this. So we need a third Lunalight, because I do not want to make Cat Dancer against Dark Magician, because Cat Dancer will get banished. Power of the Guardians will not help us against a banish. Cat Dancer's effect will not help us against a banish. Now Saber Dancer cannot be banished because it can't get targeted by the circle. So that's what we're looking for. I don't know if he doesn't have a navigation for his circle to search for him and he just wants to quit, or what's going on here. Searches a Dark Magician. Okay, he placed 1 card. We did not draw another Lunalight, which creates a problem. Because I don't have a Crimson Fox to save my Cat Dancer from being targeted. And I can't summon Saber Dancer. And if we Emerald Bird to drop our Lunalight Fusion, we have to hope we draw a Lunalight. And he can interrupt us while we do that. Oh, jeez. This seems like the only play. What if... Here's the play. We play this and see if there is... He has nothing. Okay. He's got no cards. He can't activate anything. He keeps disconnecting though, or like kind of disconnecting. Alright, well, his connection must have failed. We knew he didn't have a navigation because we put down the fusion recycling plant and there was no delay. So we knew that we could at least go for Cat Dancer and get some damage down, Cat Dancer with Power of the Guardians, and it still would be like he would have to set a navigation that turn. And then he would have to banish our Cat Dancer on our turn, which would give us a chance to retaliate with something else. Granted, if he did draw a navigation, that would have been pretty bad for us. So we were kind of hoping that he didn't draw a navigation after that. Because we knew he already had the Dark Magician in his hand, so we knew a navigation on the field would automatically be active. So he must have been bluffing. It was probably like, what's that spell called? The quick play spell where he tributes his own monster. I think we pass. Are you Grit? You are Grit, which means he also wants to pass. So I'll pass first. Take that. We might be playing against Lunalights. We are playing against Lunalights. Now he's got stuff. We would very much like to summon Saber Dancer. It's tough. Our hand's not very good here. If we draw another Lunalight... Okay, he's summoning a Saber Dancer. I don't think there's any way he could lethal, though. Would I... I need to summon Saber Dancer. Because if I summon a Cat Dancer and equip it with like a Power of the Guardians, that's not going to be enough. Ouch. Okay, no, we need Power of the Guardians right here. Rip it. Oh, dang it. That would have been so good if we got Power of the Guardians right there, because then we actually win the duel. Now we got a problem. And I don't think there's anything we can do about it. I think what I do is I Fusion Recycling Plant. We don't need to activate it. We can then Lunalight Fusion. We just have to summon a Cat Dancer in defense mode. It's all we got. Oh, wait! We got the deck. Of course. But we can't get over a Saber Dancer. So we still have to summon a Cat Dancer in defense mode. Because if we summon the Saber Dancer, we have a really good chance that he just summons something else and beats us. But what do we want to use here? Because we're going to use one of the Yellow Martins. If we use a Saber Dancer, we could also use a Crimson Fox. I think using a Saber Dancer is the play. Because then next turn we can gain 3,000 attack. So now, because we only summoned a Cat Dancer and not a Saber Dancer, which this guy has a Prismatic Saber Dancer, that's pretty sweet. I wish I had a Prismatic Saber Dancer. But because we only summoned a Cat Dancer, he is likely going to assume that this is the only Lunalight card we have in our hand. Let's see what we can do. I feel like we might be able to do this. We just have to survive this turn. And then we have to hope he doesn't have, what's it? The card that we're using. I forget what it's called. World Legacy Clash, that one. No! So unlucky. I've seen people using that card. It's actually not a bad idea. But there was just no... I couldn't make a different play there. Because that card doesn't target, so even if I had sent Crimson Fox to the graveyard, doesn't help me there. So I was out of luck. My hand was not good enough. If I had Power of the Guardians that hand, I win. But it was not to be. Alright, so this is a decent hand. We're looking for maybe a Power of the Guardians or another Lunalight. Alright, we got White Rabbit out of it, though. So do we just want to go Saber Dancer immediately? feel like Saber Dancer's the play here. So we'll go ahead and activate our Fusion Recycling Plant. He doesn't have a Cosmic Cyclone, we know that. Now, are we going to activate Bird's effect? No, we are not. We will bring back White Rabbit with our Fusion Recycling Plant, though. Just a straight up Elemental Hero Clayman? You don't see that every day. I don't know what Hero Flash does. He just added one of these cards. Okay. Did he still get to draw? This is an interesting... It looks like he still gets to draw normally and everything. Like the skill is very slow. I don't know if any of those cards are actually worth it. Now we could summon a White Rabbit here and get rid of his back row. And then if we White Rabbit, we could bring back Emerald Bird, Fusion Summon for Cat Dancer. Is that the play that we want to make? Let's go for it. Because otherwise we don't want to stall out because we don't want him to get the effectiveness of his ability. No, we don't want to activate your effect right now. Activate White Rabbit. I don't know what this card is, but it's going back to your hand for now. And we could summon another no, we couldn't really summon another Saber Dancer. That would be dumb. Don't do that. So we'll activate Emerald Bird's effect. Bring out Crimson Fox real quick. Then we will tribute Crimson Fox. And now we're going to hit his face down a few times. It's not going to be quite lethal. We're missing it just slightly. But he's got some problems. We can get White Rabbit back. And this is the Fusion Recycling Plant coming in clutch. Just getting White Rabbit every single turn and still getting to Fusion Summon with it is pretty absurd. Miracle Contact. Is this a Brave Neos coming out then? That's not enough. Neos Knight. Is that enough? Okay, but why? You can't do damage to me and you can't kill my Cat Dancer. That was a play, I suppose. So we just summon White Rabbit. He's got something he can activate. He's not going to activate it. Send that back to his hand. Okay, now he activates it. I could World Legacy Clash. Just to like add insult to injury there. Save my Cat Dancer. Lower his Neos Knight down to 100 attack and swing over it. But I actually probably would have. Although it is a very offensive play. But we had no way to get White Rabbit off of the field. And White Rabbit on the field is kind of dangerous for us because it's easy to swing over. Oh, I didn't mean to do another one. I thought we still had time. Alright, this is the last one. But yeah, it's easy to swing over an 800 attack White Rabbit, and I couldn't fusion it out that turn. So I probably should have saved my Cat Dancer in that situation. This is a rough one. We don't have Emerald Bird, so we can't drop Martin with it. I think we just pass. We're doing a lot of just pass. I don't know if I'd advise this kind of gameplay. It's also Arrow Mage. I did make an Arrow Mage deck. It's not optimal, but I think it's pretty good. I need to actually test it because I don't really get how it works. Arrow Mage is kind of like confusing and it does a whole lot of stuff. Which is why I'm not even going to bother reading his cards, because they're just going to do a lot of things that I don't understand. Although we should figure out what... Okay, we got Bird. We should figure out what your gain life effect is. You gain 500... Oh, wait, what? If your life points are higher, you could special summon this. If you gain life points, target one non-tuner plant on it is treated. Okay, that doesn't help him on our turn. So we'll summon Emerald Bird. Activate Emerald Bird's effect. He's got something he can activate. Could be Treacherous Trap Hole. So we'll get rid of Yellow Martin. Activate the effect of Yellow Martin. We actually got another Yellow Martin. Do we go for Cat Dancer? You don't have a restriction, right? You can be used immediately. When a card or effect is activated that targets a Lunalight monster, can be used immediately. So I should activate this now, though. And we know that's not a trap that can be activated during the battle phase. Or we know it's not a specifically battle phase trap. So I feel like we just go Lunalight Fusion. And then we go Cat Dancer. Now he needs the ability to gain life here. If he doesn't have the ability to gain life, he loses, or he needs to target our Cat Dancer and we need to negate it. Do I just Emerald Bird here? I don't really want a White Rabbit. So I guess Emerald Bird is my best bet. And since we know it's not a Wall of Disruption, we can actually just leave the Yellow Martin on the field. So this is risky right here. Right now, like right when the Crimson Fox comes onto the field is when he needs to Treacherous Trap Hole, if it's a Treacherous Trap Hole. Now he can no longer Treacherous Trap Hole. And he needs something to be able to stop Cat Dancer, otherwise this is 5,000 damage. Can gain 500 life points. That's not going to save him. I believe this duel is over. He's also paying life points. And he has nothing in his graveyard, so he can't use Jasmine's effect. Or I think it's Jasmine, the one that gains life for gains life equal to the attack of one card you have in the graveyard. Opponent's monster. Is that enough for him to survive? I don't know if he'll gain more life. We will get more attacks, though, if he summons something. I don't know if any of the Arrow Mages gain you life by entering the field. Do you? Change its battle position. Oh, he gets to change my Cat Dancer's battle position, but we can negate it. Oh, he changed his own battle position. Fair. Maybe I should have started swinging at the other thing? Man, arrow mages are complicated. Oh no. Well, we get to do more damage to him. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Oh, he doesn't take battle damage at the moment? Why exactly does he not take battle damage? Is it you? We're just gonna keep attacking until the problems go away. I'm not sure why he doesn't take battle damage, but I'm kind of too lazy to figure it out. So we'll call it good there, I suppose. Special summon one arrow mage from your deck. That really saved him. I haven't seen people use this card, this spell card. Most people use this trap, but the spell card I have not seen. Can he win by attacking over my Yellow Marten? This deck gains so much life. He might be able to. If he's gonna summon Splendid Rose, I believe. I don't know how much attack Splendid Rose can get. I don't actually know what its effect does. Okay, never mind. He summoned Seraphy. So what's he negating? Okay, so now my monster can be destroyed. Fine. I think we might have stalled out here. So what do you do? Banish this card, can make a second attack. Did we lose? Okay. The second attack was not that threatening. That's an issue, I would suggest. I have nothing I can do about this. Obviously, I could send those back to his hand, but that doesn't really help me a whole lot right now. I need like a spell card. Alright, so we just pass with Kiteroid, I guess. We should be able to survive most things, unless he's got a lot of things that he can summon. This is tough at the moment. So we'll obviously just Kiteroid. So he's gonna add something to his hand, but he can't special summon anything else. Does he really want to do that? I mean, I'll allow it because that's not going to kill us. Alright, so now we can make plays again. So let's summon White Rabbit. Activate White Rabbit's effect, summon Cat Dancer. This treacherous trap hole, huh? That's just obnoxious. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, I guess we'll go for this then. We're just gonna go Saber Dancer so we can't be negated. We want to use you from our hand. You from our hand. And then we don't have Fusion Recovery Plant at the moment. So I think we use a Saber Dancer. Oh, we're running out of time, so we gotta hurry. We'll activate Yellow Martin's effect. Give me that. So we got a good deal of damage here. And he won't be able to activate his effect to special summon anything. Unless he spends 1,000, but then he'll die. Really? You have more cards to use? Nah, he banished our fox. That's okay because we can't be targeted anyways. And you can use this. We can use this on our own Saber Dancer. So now he gets a special summon as well. But he still can't target our Saber Dancer. So I'm kind of waiting to see how he gets out of this. Okay, now he can't special summon anymore. So many effects. If he's smart, he'll banish the Saber Dancer out of our grave. Yeah, he figured it out. He also banished Kiteroid, which is unfortunate. But can we do enough damage over his monsters? At the moment, the answer is still yes. Okay, I believe it turned out to be no. So we'll go ahead and activate Power of the Guardians. So this way, if it is like a wall of disruption or something, it should still be an easy lethal. Oh no. Our Power of the Guardians didn't actually... It doesn't work like that, huh? Okay, well, we lost. That's unfortunate. I was hoping that the Power of the Guardians would go up before the Wall of Thorns. It didn't work like that. That sucks. I thought it's when you target a monster, not when your attack actually goes through, so that's unfortunate. Unlucky. I'm pretty sure he top decked that Wall of Thorns the turn before as well. Otherwise, we would have won. Incredibly unlucky, that duel. I'm trying to think what we did wrong. I think turn 1, we needed to make sure we dropped a Yellow Martin to get back our Lunalight Fusion. And then I think it was easy from there. We just kind of like made a mistake and then we got really unlucky at the end. When we still would have won even with our mistake. But either way, that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.